Thank you so much for joining me. Happy birthday. We are going to jump right into the past life romance reading. What I'm doing now is there's 10 cards in this reading. So it's going to be, I'm going to do the first 5 and then we'll do the second 5 separately. The reason I do that is because I actually, if the card or the camera zooms in on a card, I pull clarifiers. So we'll need a little room on the board. So our first question is, do we have multiple past lives? I do know that you have one past life because I checked in on the energy and there was one past life that I was able to see. So that does exist, and that's why we're doing the reading. Second question, have we cleared our karma from our past lives? Then we go into, what did she enjoy the most? What did he enjoy the most? And then romantic blocks from our past life. So, do they have multiple past lives together? No, don't. This path is not the path for you. Don't settle in life. You are worthy of great things. Now, this is spectacular, and the reason is because that means that there's not a lot of karma. You don't have a lot of baggage. So, if you had like 10 lifetimes that you had kind of gone through and you weren't aware, you had all this karma, you would have a lot of work to do. But it's fortunate because the two of you have the other past life and then this current life together. So, have we cleared our karma? Yes, it is destined to keep focus. It has been decided. So, that's one of the benefits. Like, if you guys have had any discussions about, oh, I think it should be like this, or they didn't really feel like fights, but they kind of felt like you guys were dealing with something and you had that feeling in your stomach. And so, you guys have talked through situations throughout the time that you've known each other, and some of those things are from past lives. So what did she enjoy the most is showing as the reverse Queen of Cups. Now, the reverse Queen of Cups energy is a little bit smothering, kind of addicted. So she really enjoyed the fact that she was able to, and I'm using pronouns in this one because this is specifically for a friend, so I know their pronouns, FYI. So, she was specifically able to say, I want everything my way. She was kind of in charge a little bit. As you can see, she's holding his head right there in between her boobs. Like, he's kind of addicted to her, and she really enjoyed that. And then what did he enjoy the most was, oh, okay, we have the reverse sun card. The reverse sun card is about some delayed gratification. He really liked that she did tease him. Like, that was something where he kind of liked that she kept him out of reach. And it was something that really it was the thing that he enjoyed. He really liked that she was the one who was kind of in control during this past life. So that's something that may be different in this past life. That might be some of the karma that you cleared up where, you've changed kind of the dynamic that the two of you have at this point. But in this life, that was kind of what your draw to each other was that she kind of liked being in charge and he liked her being in charge. So then this one is romantic blocks from our past lives. So this is about the reverse judgment card. Now the reverse judgment card is a little bit of weakness. So, and it's very interesting as well because these two cards are major arcana. Major arcana cards are the energy is coming from the universe. The energy is pretty straightforward. It's going to happen regardless of how you want things to happen because the universe has figured it out. Now, it's really interesting because the numbers here are important as well because judgment is number 20 and then the sun is number 19. So those are high on the, because it starts out with 0, which is the Fool, and goes through this whole journey together. So it's really interesting that you guys are only on your second lifetime together, and yet you've actually gone far enough in this energetic journey that you're at numbers 19 and 20, because the final number is 21, which is the world, which is the completion of a life goal. So it sounds like you guys just met and knew what to do because you only had one life to really go through. Have you ever met somebody and been like, ew, I do not like that person? Usually that's because you're vibrating or on a molecular level, a DNA level, you're vibrating at, that's a bad person. In one lifetime, they stole my cow, or something along those lines. You know they're a bad person. But when the two of you met, it was like the situation where you were like, oh, because even though her kind of being addicting and clingy and him kind of like, oh, I kind of like that she's holding, they both were on the same page with what was happening. So it wasn't like she was like this sweet kind, because the Queen of Cups upright is like emotionally balanced and nurturing, and she wasn't that way, but he was fine with it. So for a little bit, for this connection, the reason it was so easy for you guys to get into your current connection is because there wasn't a lot to like forgive and forget, so to speak, from the last connection, because neither one of you really had hurt feelings from it. It was like, as long as everyone is consenting, everything's okay. It was kind of one of those situations. So things may be different in this lifetime. You guys may have decided to flip the script, and he's a little bit more in charge in this lifetime. We make a lot of like soul contracts and things before we come into this life and this body and this experience, and our whole goal is to come in and heal ourselves. So I feel that one of the reasons that you guys just really clicked is because you already have had a life experience where you both kind of flipped the switch for the other person. You both were, it was like that yin and yang. You've already had an opportunity where you've been yin and yang. You've been that complementary piece to each other. And a lot of that has to do with, by the time you find each other, you've both done your work. You've both done your shadow work. You've both have like healed your past wounds. You're working on yourself. Neither one of you are perfect, because no human is perfect. But that's kind of the whole point, is to be able to pull yourself out of your imperfections and move forward. And then when you can find another person to do that with, it's a really beautiful thing, because as it says, you've cleaned up that karma. So what that means is, as you continue reincarnating and continue to have lives, like future lives together, you're going to be clearing it each time. There's like nothing between you. So I'm going to pull a clarity card here because it kind of zoomed in a little bit. We have the reverse Page of Cups. So the reverse Page of Cups is about codependency, and I kind of feel that that's a little bit of what the situation was happening in that past life. So you really want to make sure that in this current life, you're just being aware of not being codependent. It's not saying that you are codependent at all, but it's saying as things progress, you may have some vibrations of those past experiences that could lead you down the path of getting in that energy. So it's just an awareness that they are wanting you to have about how to proceed forward. So, when I was in college, I had this roommate, and every month we would have a monthly check-in, and we'd be like, you would say, whatever you say, don't get mad. We're just checking in and working on any issues. And it would be like, oh, I can't stand that you leave your shoes in the middle of the floor and I trip on them. And it seems small and it seems silly, but those things add up. And then when someone asks you to put your shoes away and then they see that you do, it builds trust. It builds reliability. It builds character in your actual relationship, because relationships are, person one, person two, and then the actual relationship itself needs time and energy and effort. So that is what we are looking at for the first part of the reading. And then we will go ahead and shuffle or pull out the second ones. So then we're going to do the romantic energy that was from your past life. Were we married in our past life? Are we repeating cycles? And then we have, what is our lesson as a couple? And then we have just some general tarot insight. Move these over a little bit so we have more room. Okay, So the romantic energy of your past life is showing us speak up, say what you want. And I really feel that that is more for the, um, actually, it's for both of you. Because divine masculine and divine feminine both at one point were like, I don't really like this. I don't like feeling codependent. And I feel that one of the lessons that is really important and that was supposed to be learned in that life is the idea of speaking up and saying what you think and what you need and what you want. And I feel that is something that, because your karma has been cleared up, we saw in the first part, that you're really doing a good job of that presently, I feel. Were we married in a past life? Maybe. Teachers. Teachers are coming into your life. They may be young or old. You can learn from anyone when you're humble. So it's very interesting because usually maybes mean that the energy has not been created. But what I feel more for this, because I actually was already going to tell you this at the end of the video, I feel that the two of you are supposed to explore this specific past life by yourself. There is a man named Steve Noble on YouTube, and he has a video in which he does hypnosis that helps you go back into that past life. And since the two of you have the one past life together, I would definitely suggest that you guys listen to that recording together. And I feel like Steve Noble is the teacher. I feel like you actually are going to get some of those answers together. And I feel like they're going to be very intimate. And I think that that is why it's not showing up as a yes or no, because you have to experience with those teachers that actual answer. Are we repeating cycles? Yes. The world needs you. Don't worry. You are fulfilling your goals. All is well. So there are some cycles that you are repeating, but it's okay. It's not detrimental. You, from the first life that we were, or from the life that we were looking at together, you guys were definitely fulfilling each other's desires. You were fulfilling what you both wanted from each other. So it's not a situation where you're getting into this and things are just gonna go down like a plane and burning in flames or something. Like, there's nothing horrible like that. It's more along the lines of, let's make these small adjustments, let's make these little tweaks. Oh, I kind of want to speak up and tell you how I feel about this. So then let's get a little clarity on that maybe, because that's where it's showing me. So we have the wheel. So the wheel is the energy of things moving, good fortune, a turning point. Like, it's about things being in your favor. Also, that's just a really hot card. So I feel that there are things that you're going to learn that are, oh, wow, that was beautiful. There are things that you are going to learn that are going to bring the prosperity and the good luck that you had gained in the past life. And so the reason you need to do the in-depth research is because there are going to be things that you learn that help you with your prosperity. So definitely Steve Noble, past life reading, and do it together. So then this one is showing as the King of Wands. So the King of Wands energy, when it's upright, is about being the alpha male, a bold leader. I feel like one of the things that the cycle is that the energy is saying, hey, the masculine in this lifetime is the one that gets to kind of lead the situation, because the feminine in the last one got to lead. So basically, the breaking of that cycle is having that King of Wands kind of be in charge of everything. And all of this is free will. Like, you guys can make choices, especially as a couple. Like I said, there's you, the other person, and then there's the relationship itself. So there may be things that you say, hey, well, we like it this way, and that's okay. But I feel like it's really interesting, because if the biggest lesson is speak up, you guys are doing fabulous. So what is our lesson as a couple is showing as the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about trusting yourself. It's about intuition. It's about sometimes your connection with this other person, they're not going to understand it. You guys had time in your past life and you had levels of intuitive connection Wow, there are things that the two of you told each other in that past life that are coming forward in this life. So I would work on opening your ninth chakra. I would also make sure that every day you kiss each other on the third eye. The third eye is where a lot of our information gets downloaded to. So definitely connect in that way. It's going to be really beneficial. So then the tarot insight is showing up as the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is about giving or receiving. It's about sometimes things are off balance. And I feel that the biggest thing we can see in this is that one or the other is taking control each time. And this cycle can actually also be broken by taking turns, being the one who kind of makes the decision. There is a very, so the High Priestess, the feminine energy, has a lot of insight, is a valuable resource in this situation. Also, it's very interesting because the feminine energy needs to spend time alone and continue like studying and getting the answers. It's also really cute because there's like a little gray and white kitten down there. And you know how much I love cats. So I really feel that you guys are fantastic. You are doing a wonderful job. You do have a relationship between the two of you that is very fresh. It's very new. It's wonderful because you guys are unlocking things very quickly because you don't have to sit there and be like, I'm sorry I said this. I'm sorry I did that. You know, you're not trying to clear that karma because you were able to do it relatively quickly when you met because you only had one past life. So, whenever I do a reading that is like this, because I want to kind of give you an example of what a reading would be like from my Etsy, because this is going to be on Etsy as well. The thing is, you get bonus cards. So for your bonus cards, I'm doing a past, present, and future of your current relationship. So let's see what we have. So for the past of the connection, we have the reverse Ace of Wands. So that's a little bit about a kind of like a delay in the beginning. Like in the beginning, it was kind of like, I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because there was like energy that was burning off from past experiences, past lovers, past relationships, like that was burning off, waiting for the two of you to be able to come together. So then present energy is showing, Four of Wands. That's so cool. So the Four of Wands is actually the Twin Flame card. So the Twin Flame in the Rider Wyatt deck, it's actually got two pillars, so it looks like 1111. So that's why it's often shown as the Twin Flame card. Also, that may be a sexual position that the two of you enjoy, because I really feel like you are very, very connected to that card. So the last card is the future of the connection if things continue as they are currently. And for that, we show the reverse Seven of Cups, which is beautiful. Because what that is about illusions are ended. There is no part of the two of you that's like romanticizing anything. You guys are really clear with what you think and what you feel. You have learned that speak up lesson. You are definitely on a path for things to last as long as the two of you decide for them to last. So that is what I see there. I also see that these cards, we have 1, 4, and 7, which are pretty low cards, and they're also not major arcana cards. So a lot of this stuff that you guys are doing in your life right now, you haven't tried some of these things before. You're doing a lot of things differently and new in this connection. And that's the thing that's really, I believe, benefiting you, is that you're kind of going in and saying, well, this is a new experience. I've never done this before. I don't know what this looks like. So I'm going to try it. And it's really working out. You have no like expectations, or you're not putting anything on the other person. You're just kind of letting things unfold, and it's working out perfectly for both of you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of you would like to receive this same reading, it is available in my Etsy. And once again, happy birthday, and thank you for letting me read for you.